It's time you hear this. Help by spreading this information, leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Greetings citizens of the world. Former President Obama remained in Washington, D.C. after the election of President Trump in an effort to protect his legacy. President Trump has expressed his intention to end the Iran nuclear deal. The Washington Examiner reports that Trump has until October 15 to report to Congress on whether or not Iran is in compliance with the nuclear deal, and he is expected to make an announcement in a speech tentatively scheduled for October 12. The Iran nuclear deal was negotiated in 2015 and was considered one of the major achievements of the Obama administration. The New York Times offered 4 policies that represent the pillars of Obama's legacy: the Affordable Care Act, Obamacare, Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, DACA, the Paris Climate Agreement, and the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, Iran nuclear deal. However, these pillars rest on a shaky foundation. All of the policies mentioned above, with the exception of the Affordable Care Act, were enacted through the executive order without the support of Congress. Due to this shaky foundation, President Trump can start knocking down these pillars as quickly as they were propped up, crumbling President Obama's legacy. Trump is working with Congress to repeal or replace the Affordable Care Act. However, despite Republican control of the House, Senate, and White House, a divided Republican Party has yet to reach a consensus on how to move forward with or without Obamacare. Yet on the executive front, Trump is making headway. On June 1, 2017, Trump announced that the United States would withdraw from the Paris Climate Agreement, knocking out the first pillar of Obama's legacy. In September 2017, Attorney General Jeff Sessions announced the end of DACA. DACA was pushed through by Obama through a Department of Homeland Security memorandum. Under DACA, around 400,000 illegal immigrants became eligible to indefinitely stay in the United States by applying for work permits. Like many of Obama's actions, DACA was enacted through executive order and was probably illegal. DACA was facing multiple challenges in court from 10 state attorney generals, and would probably have been struck down by the Supreme Court. Instead of a messy end to DACA, Trump offered Congress a window to introduce new legislation legally, reports CNN. It is now time for Congress to act, charged Trump. As I've said before, we will resolve the DACA issue with heart and compassion, but through the lawful democratic process, while at the same time ensuring that any immigration reform we adopt provides enduring benefits for the American citizens we were elected to serve. Now, President Trump is planning to knock out the penultimate pillar of Obama's legacy, the Iran nuclear deal. According to Trump, the Iran deal is illegal because it is not vital to the national security interests of the United States. Trump is reportedly leaving the matter up to Congress to decide the next steps, but due to his public criticisms of the deal, he could potentially impose sanctions on Iran if Congress fails to